Two dudes watch cartoons. Two dudes watch cartoons. Two dudes watch cartoons. Two dudes watch cartoons. Yeah.
Welcome back to Two Dudes Watch Cartoons, the podcast where two dudes, that is us, watch cartoons. My name is Evan.
And my name is Alex, and boy, is it good to be back. Woo! Evan,
Woo.
I have seen you recently, but we have not been here in the booth in a minute, so it's good to see you. It's good to be here. And
Happy New
I'm not going to
Year.
lie, Happy New Year to 2026.
Yeah.
You know, we've made it another year. We're a little late, but that's okay. Look, we got a good one. We're coming back swinging out of the gate. I think people are going to enjoy the conversation we're going to have because today we're covering maybe our fifth Studio Ghibli movie, something like that. We're covering Howl's Moving Castle. Evan, before we get into it too much, what is your history with this movie? Tell me.
Oh man, this is probably one of the first. It's obviously one of the most well-known, most popular Miyazaki Ghibli films. But I think I saw this first in high school when I first started getting into. I did like a marathon of Ghibli movies with a couple friends in high school, and this was definitely one of those. And it's one I've only revisited a few times. But if you can't put a name to a face for this movie, you for sure have heard the theme music on TikTok because it's one of the more popular.
It is
if
very
you've seen
popular.
A Quaint European Scene or a Field of Flowers, this movie's soundtrack is playing in the background. It's a beautiful score by Joe Hisaishi. But yeah, I've seen this a couple of times.
Yeah.
But it's not one of the first ones I reach for, and that's no judgment on it.
No.
Don't read into that too much. But for you, this is your
This
first
is
time?
my first time. I've been saving myself. It's been really hard, if I'm being honest. There's been many times I'm like, I would really like, once we've started this journey, I would like to watch and then, give my thoughts, record my thoughts. Because as far as animation and, the study of what we do around here, this is Michael Jordan. This is LeBron. This is the big leagues. I have not seen this movie, but in our tenure of Two Dudes Watch Cartoons, it has been one of the most recommended movies to me by several people I both know and do not know. So I am really excited to get into this because I have a lot of thoughts. I got a lot of feelings. I got a lot of questions that hopefully you can answer. But let's, what do you have, like a synopsis? What year did this come out? Let's start there for me.
This is wild to me. This came out in 2004.
Oh, you were thinking earlier?
I was thinking it was one of the more recent. I guess it is one of the more recent ones, but it's like 2004 is already 22 years ago.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think. This followed Spirited Away. So
that was going to be my question: is the order of Spirited Away in this? So this is just after Spirited Away. So it's after they had a big success in Spirited Away in 2001, I want to say.
Yes.
And
one Best Animated for that film.
Wasn't it nominated for Best? No.
I'm
one
not
Best
sure.
Animated. No, one Best Animated.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, Spirited Away won Best Animated. This was nominated for it, didn't win. And not to say that American, the Academy Award for Best Animated Picture is like the foremost authority. These Japanese animation blows Western animation out of the water.
Once the Oscars gave one anime an Oscar, they were like, we did our job.
None of that Japanese shit.
Yeah, we gave one. We did it. We recognized.
So it was made on a budget of $24 million. Box office raked in $236 million in the early 2000s for an anime film. That feels impressive.
Yeah.
Granted, that is global. I think it's 88% on Rotten Tomatoes. For a quick synopsis, are you surprised by that?
Now that I've learned the Rotten Tomatoes, how their algorithm and scores are working, I'm not as surprised. But to me, that means like if you polled 100 people, 22 of them said, nah, didn't enjoy it.
It's a thumbs up, thumbs down, not a
exactly.
Not a,
yes, not a percentage. Yeah, it's not a grade. It is literally a thumbs up, thumbs down from these people.
Yeah. So quick synopsis from Letterboxd. Sophie, a young milliner, a hat maker, is turned into an elderly woman by a witch who enters her shop and curses her. She encounters a wizard named Howl and gets caught up in his resistance to fighting for the king. But the 2004 time frame is important because because and I don't know if you've read the same Wikipedia article.
I'm just getting it now, though. I'm putting it together.
Yeah, this is Hayao Miyazaki is well known for his pacifism, the anti-war themes in pretty much all of his movies, and this one is a direct response to the U.S. invasion of Iraq.
Yeah.
So after
I just put that together.
Yeah, and according to this Wikipedia notes, it's saying he wanted to make something that would not appeal to the Western palette because of his because of the anti-war themes in it.
Well, Mr. Miyazaki, let me tell you, you missed the mark because it appealed to this Western market right here. That is hilarious. And once you say that, I mean, I can't unsee it. Like it is woven into the fabric of this movie.
Yeah. It's one of the top grossing films or animated films in Japan.
Got to be animated. Well, I mean,
I think closely behind Spirited Away and maybe Titanic was the other one.
Did you say Titanic?
Yes.
Why would Titanic be a Japanese film?
I think it's films in Japan. So this is
this is news to me. This is news to me. No, I'm not trying to be okay.
Soon after its release, it became the third most financially successful film in Japan, behind Titanic and Spirited Away.
I mean, Japan's never going to take the title from Titanic. That's
Leonardo
not fair.
DiCaprio, not possible.
Leonardo DiCaprio, the great Japanese artist that he is. That's pretty crazy. But I do think that's a testament. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, give me your initial reactions without delving too deep.
This, to me, we've spent a lot of time, so we'll probably end up rehashing them here. But through our time discussing Miyazaki and the Ghibli films, and I actually really like that I watched Boy and the Heron before this, because it is so interesting, like, seeing the themes that Hayao Miyazaki, like, loves and, like, really hits, and, like, watching them kind of evolve through the years. And, like, I mean, it's got all the classics, War, Birds, like all the big hits are here. And it's so fun, though.
Pigs.
Yeah, there's pigs. Like, yeah, it's
Planes.
got everything. And so planes. And so it's just like, it's really interesting to me. I feel that this is like, he's in his lane. Like, this is like 10 out of 10. Like, he is firing on all cylinders. This is whimsy. It's magic. It's kind of in the real world, kind of not. It's a love story. It's got everything. I feel like Bill Hader from like SNL. He's like, this club has everything. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, anything you want from a Ghibli film is in this movie. Like, and it's done very well in this movie. Music, the emotion, the colors, like the animation, everything. Like, I guess what I'm getting at is, like, if you take some of the war themes of Porco Rosso, and you take like the emotion of like Grave of the Fireflies, and you take the fantasy of Spirited Away, and like you mesh all these things together, and like he's just like shooting threes all day. Like, this is so good, and it just like once it starts, it never stops.
And it really does throw you right in.
It throws you right in.
So most notably, for the year 2004, the voice of Howl, I'm going to go by the U.S. voice cast because no hate, no shade, more so.
That is what we watched it, yeah.
I watched the dub, I'm not as familiar with Japanese voice work, and it's just easier to consume for me. But Christian Bale voices Howl, who is the main wizard character. Emily Mortimer voices young Sophie.
This is the first voice I recognize right away. So she is famous. Yeah, she's in a lot of things. But I know her as Jack Donaghy's first wife in 30 Rock, where she's got like brittle bones, and anytime she shakes someone's hand, she goes, ow. And so her voice to me has just like stuck out through all these years. She killed it. Yeah, she did great.
Yeah.
Christian Bale did amazing. You can keep going though. Sorry, okay, go ahead.
Billy Crystal voices Calcifer, the fire demon spirit.
Yeah.
Markle
Is
Howl's apprentice.
PETA.
His voice is PETA. Josh Hutcherson.
Yeah.
Who? Have you watched I Love L.A. on HBO recently?
I have not, but I heard it was really good.
Supporting role. It's pretty funny. Yeah.
I love him.
Fun to see him pop back up. I never actually finished that franchise, but the Hunger Games movies were good.
You never finished Hunger Games? I'm a Hunger Games guy.
I must have. I don't know.
I've always been Team PETA, like from the jump.
Yeah.
So I love that. And my boy's been working since like Bridge to Terabithia. Like this is his era, actually.
Okay. Bridge to Terabithia.
Wait, that's him, right? No, I think it is. Or what? And he's also, I think, in the one that's like, I don't want to say a Jumanji remake, but it's like a Jumanji.
Wasn't that Bridge to Terabithia?
Is it? Oh, okay, yeah. Sure.
Wait,
no.
Okay, he is in Bridge to Terabithia, but no, you're thinking of Zathura.
Zathura, he's in that too. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
It is.
He is. He's the goat, dude.
Wait, so what is Bridge to Terabithia about? I thought that was.
No, Bridge to Terabithia is like a sad story, I believe.
Oh, okay.
He's in both of those though.
He's in both of those.
The goat,
Good on him.
dude. He's great in this too.
You know who else is in Zathura? Dax Shepard and Tim Robbins and Kristen Stewart.
I knew Kristen Stewart's like one of the main characters. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
What is crazy to me, and we talk about this, is a lot of times, like your big box office American animated films just hire big name actors. Now, to be fair, maybe these actors aren't as big at the time, but they nailed the voice acting. Everyone in this film does so well. Christian Bale blew me away. Billy Crystal, oh my God, so good. It's very much giving Robin Williams what was the bat in Fern Gully?
And so this 2004 is a year before Batman Begins comes out. So before Christian Bale really becomes a household name.
Exactly.
But this is why I don't feel as bad watching dubs of Ghibli films. Is it's never like stunt casting. They are like really particular about who they pick. And it always turns out great. I don't know. The voice casting for the dubs is always fantastic.
The main lady, I'm thinking of the young one, but Jean Simmons, who's the old.
Isn't Jean Simmons the guy in Kiss?
You're cut that out. Cut that out.
Wait, it is Jean Simmons.
Oh.
But spelled
differently.
J.
Don't cut that out. Don't cut that out.
You may know her from Hamlet or Guys and Dolls in 1955 or Spartacus in 1960.
I was going to say, not a prominent modern day actress, but at one point in time, huge. I don't even.
She was fun too, and I feel like she probably voiced Sophie for more of the movie.
She's the main. She's the lead. Technically, she is.
Gotcha.
She is like young Sophie is like third down, if that makes sense. Wow. Okay. There's so much to talk about.
Set the world for me a little bit.
Okay. So the world, and this is what I was talking about, is it, for all intents and purposes, looks like our reality. She's making hats, there's whatever, and then comes in the fantasy, these like tiny single-man airplanes that are like surfboards. There's witches and wizards, and but like in saying all of that, like it's just accepted, and it's not like this whole, I don't know how to put it, like the magic is so like normal and everyday to these people. It just seems like a job in town. Like he's got like a set up, like, oh, come go see the wizard to get your magical goods and services. So I think that is one of the strengths of these films, is sort of and in like a Spirited Away or like A Boy in the Hair, and they start in reality and drift into these like these alternate realities. I love this. This
just
is
being in the fantasy world.
I just love being in the world. I do love going from one world to another, like an Alice in Wonderland. But like to me, this was like such a great strength of him doing social commentary with like a light fantasy world. This is like a world I would want to play D&D in. I think this would be amazing for that.
Yeah, it's like world building, but not so much building in a way. You're just like thrown into it, and it's very fleshed out. It's very robust. It's like this early 19th century kind of feel, but like obviously there's the sorcery and stuff.
There's cars. They get cars. Like, and there's planes. So it's not all magic. I love a good magic and technology blended world, though.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. So visually, it's stunning. There's no she leaves this. I mean, there is a little bit of like she leaves her everyday life and goes and lives in like a fantasy world. But she's not literally leaving a dimension. She's just going somewhere new.
Now, I have seen this movie a handful of times, and it's one of those ones where, like, not to its detriment, but, like, to me as a curious viewer, sometimes it moves at a clip where I'm like, wait, I don't actually know what's going on.
Dude.
She gets cursed in the first 5 minutes. I'm like, who? Dude. Why did this happen? What is the curse? What are the rules?
The movie ends and they never say the rules. And so this is going to be a discussion we have to talk about, which I actually love. And I think that's something we praise on this podcast nonstop is it trusts its audience. Yes. It trusts its audience to pick up on the information that is necessary.
Yeah.
And you can fill in the rest. And I actually think that is a strength in media that is like totally lost in today's day and age. Matt Damon was on a podcast. Yep.
On Rogan.
And it wasn't Rogan. Okay, I hate that I just quoted Joe Rogan's podcast. But he said that Netflix like requires they say the plot of
3 to 4 times.
3 to 4 times.
Phones, AKA me.
But so it's so refreshing going back to, I think, one, it is an American versus like an anime style thing that already. And I think American and like I think just like both were probably worse off today than we were 22 years ago. So it is like so refreshing to just have a piece of media that like trusts me to pick up on what I need to pick up on and put the pieces together. I like a mystery. I don't like everything being spelled out for me.
I made this comment to our group chat about another movie I recommended to you, but I like sometimes I'll make the comparison to like a Jujutsu Kaisen, like that classic anime thing where you're like the protagonist is just like thrown into this magical world, and then like you're seeing it through their eyes. Yeah, and then like not that in Howl there's like a leveling up of the magic or anything like that. But
no, but there is in the sense that she is dropped on the front doorstep of a prominent wizard and into a much more magical world than her hat sewing job.
And there's an institution. There's some sort of institutionalization of the hierarchy.
There's an institution of wizards, and we spend no time on it, and they tell us literally almost nothing. But he took an oath that he has to fulfill. I'm telling you, dude, these details. I was like, this is brilliant. I love this shit. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna get into all those things. Let's first and foremost, you said it right out of the gate. Sophie meets the Witch of the Wasteland. First, before we get into like actual details, this was not actually written by Ghibli. This is a book.
No, it's based on a book.
It's based on a book
from the 80s, a British book.
This book, I think we both agree, has like heavy Wizard of Oz inspiration.
It must, yeah.
It has to. I mean, there's a scarecrow. There's there's like there's flying monkey. Like there's so many illustrations to Wizard of Oz. It was like glaring to me.
How would you feel if you were? I'll look up the author's name.
It's
Diane Wynne Jones. It's a 1986 novel. How would you feel as like if you were a part of her estate, like a family member, daughter or grandchild, and like one of their life's great works is like now not usurped, but like more people in the world probably observably think this is a Ghibli original or like
that's
comes
interesting.
From Ghibli. Like I didn't know this was based on a book.
To me though, I view it as like an author probably loves seeing their work brought to fruition and like to the big screen. So yeah, I get what you're saying where maybe there's a little resentment of like, oh, everyone thinks it's that Hayao Miyazaki that wrote this, but like maybe, but I just think
I'm not saying I've read anything
as an artist, that's got to be a joy in life is seeing your vision brought to fruition like that.
Now we need Hayao Miyazaki's Harry Potter.
That was almost going to be the first example I did. And then I was going to say Tolkien. But I don't think Tolkien would have been anywhere near alive when the movies came out, right?
But people know, it's from the book.
Yeah, that's a good point. Even Harry Potter, it's still JK's thing. Yeah. I get what you're saying.
But maybe that's like a recency thing.
But
Disney,
Disney,
there's people in the 80s.
Think of all the fairy tales Disney has stolen. It's not saying Ghibli's
it's
stealing.
It's not a knock on
no.
Hayao Miyazaki at all. But
okay, back into this plot though. She's a hat sewer.
Before she gets cursed,
before she gets cursed,
saved from some brutish Kingsguard.
Oh God! Okay, wait.
By Howl.
Trigger warning. These guards are gonna assault her. What is going on?
Yeah.
He goes, I like it when she's feisty. I was like, oh my God, what is going on? Stop. But pretty boy Howl, which we don't know is Howl at the moment, swoops in and Mary Poppins her back to her place.
Does she know?
No.
I don't think she knows it's Howl at that point.
No.
Wait,
no, because there's one moment from the old ladies where like, oh, maybe it's that Howl. Be careful. He steals your heart. And they go, oh, he only steals the heart of pretty women. They're so good at dropping information like in the background. That is the first hint we have at any plot of this story, and it's her just listening to old ladies gossip. Oh, I love that shit.
And this is part. I mean, I guess we know it's Howl, sort of.
I didn't. I thought it was. If you look at the cover of the thing, it's a dude with like black hair and so this pretty blonde boy drops out of the sky, and I'm like, well, this is not Howl. But then when it was Christian Bale's voice, I go, is this Howl?
It just sounded like this.
That's funny as hell.
So this is like, even having seen the movie, it's like that happens in the plot, in the story, in world. They haven't established that she knows this is Howl yet. So when she gets then cursed by the Witch of the Waste, who we also don't really get introduced to.
Witch of the Waste is totally
this girl's
just
getting shit on.
Yeah.
She just got cursed for we don't know why. So it does move. It moves. I'm
going to be honest with you. I just put together that the Witch of the Waste cursed her because she was jealous. She was hanging out with Howl. I didn't even put that together till just now.
Yeah. So this one, I would say would benefit from a rewatch. But like, even with
it's brilliant
how the curse works, even watching it for like a third time, I was like,
we're on it.
Changing. What's going on?
We're skipping around here. Let's talk
about
it.
What
do you want what I think it is?
Yeah.
I think the curse. I was about to say this so confidently. This is all headcanon. I have no proof. I was about to be like, I know that it is. Okay. I think that the curse is like when she's not feeling loved, she's older. And what was so crazy is I actually picked up that things were changing before a full change happened. Because in the start, she's so hunched over. And then there's points where she's standing up straight. And I'm like, this is an animation error. What's going on here? But it turned out to be part of the plot.
Yeah. So, that's one of the sort of fun parts of watching this. Like, what the fuck is actually going on?
What's the curse?
Because they don't say the curse. And to rub salt in the wound, they don't let the characters tell you the details of the curse.
No. Yeah. I actually love that, though, where she goes, what's great about this curse? You can't tell anyone about it. Oh, what a great plot technique.
Yeah.
But that's actually a running theme, is that, like, it seems like a curse.
That's Calcifer's deal.
Calcifer can't talk about the curse either. So that is interesting. But, like, they establish these things at lightning speed, and they say, keep up. And so I love that. What do you think the curse on Sophie is?
I think that's my read is it's like some sort of gauge of self-worth, and she sort of absolves it at the end, because there are moments where she's confident, and as soon as she loses her confidence, she's hunches over back into her old.
I think
so she's like a young 20-something. I don't know how old she is.
Yeah.
But as soon as she's cursed in the first 5 minutes or whatever, she gets turned into a 90-year-old,
and she's like way too okay with it. Like
she's as well as everyone in the world.
Everyone else, dude.
Her mother was not fazed meeting her.
So we'll need to get to that mother part, because I have questions about that one, because that was my first question, and then we'll get to that. So I like your answer. It's probably the more feminist answer, that it's more about like her own self-worth, where mine was like dependent on like the love like of Howl and like, so. But no, I think
the love from herself.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah.
Self-love.
I think we nailed it between that. But so this is what I love, is they don't need to spell it out for us. We both got similar to the same. We both got there. Whereas today's audience, they'd be like, that's such a plot hole. They never like that's oh god, I can't even get the whole discourse on media right now is at an all-time low. So I'm not gonna rant and rave about that. But the word plot hole doesn't mean what a lot of people think it means.
So we have Sophie, we have Howl, and so she goes on this journey. She goes on this journey
to find the Witch of the Wasteland, or maybe she goes to find the moving castle. It's not
the Witch of the Wasteland is if you put Oswald Cobblepot
and Jabba the Hutt, yeah,
and Jabba the Hutt. How do I say this without body shaming?
I think you just did.
No, it's just like a grotesque.
But it's meant to be. This is what part of what
older like Jabba the Hutt.
It's a very
she looks like old, like spilling over.
She has body rolls, very spilling over. She's supposed to be grotesque at times. Other times she looks more normal. What I like about Miyazaki things is I don't think this is played as like a bit or a joke. Like it serves a purpose visually, even though it's weird. You get what I'm saying?
Maybe that it's just like pretty fun to draw, but there is always one of these characters in his movie. I think the main witch in Spirited Away. Imagine that sort
Baba.
of. Yeah, Baba.
Yeah, similar. But even when he draws like old Sophie, he has a style of these old women that he has in mind.
Or in The Boy and the Heron.
I was about to say, Boy and Heron's got a billion old ladies in it. So is Hayao Miyazaki a feminist? Yes or no?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think he's a deeply troubled old man.
I think he's got so many worries on his own. Yeah, that he's not worried about.
And for better or for worse, he hasn't gotten that therapy yet, so he keeps making movies. But yeah, he's got a thing with like clearly like loss of innocence or like a preservation of innocence.
Oh yeah.
Something around older women, like old ladies.
No, but you know what? I think it's more. It's not about like the old lady itself. I think it's about like the passing of time, because. Sure. And you're so right. It's about a loss of innocence. Like most people in his movies are either like young children or old, or like even like centuries old type deal. You know what I'm saying? And so I do think there's something to that where it's not just like, hey, old ladies. Like that's not what he's doing. You know what I mean?
I understand. In that way, I think he tackles all of his subject matter with like a
reverence,
but also like this adolescent.
Curiosity.
Like, irreverence is not the right word, but like angst. There's an angst in almost all of his movies. I would say minus Ponyo, because that one's for
no
kids.
Angst. Yeah. So I think what's interesting about this, so she leaves, she goes, she finds Howl, she moves in with Merkel. Merkel and Howl and
Meghan Merkel. Oh.
Meghan Merkel, Howl, and this is where we meet Calcifer. And I think Calcifer's my favorite character in the whole movie.
Calcifer's fantastic. Sort of the genie in Aladdin of this movie.
Yes.
Trapped, bound to Howl's castle. So Howl's Moving Castle, the title of the movie, refers to this enormous fish-shaped monstrosity, like mechanical moving house that he lives in.
What do you make of this? What is this about? Nothing's on accident.
The design of the thing.
It's very industrial. It's very
okay.
What's the castle about? We now know it runs on the power of. I thought it was like fire and coal power originally, like a metaphor for that ish. But we now know Calcifer has more to him.
I don't know if I had to. Pull something out of my ass, like something about the ugliness or the grittiness you have to like adopt to get by in the ugliness of the world. I don't know. That's a stretch, but it also just looks sweet. And I love when
I thought it was part of like Howl's like hard exterior that she like breaks through. She cleans it up. Like, I think there is a lot of message here of like a good woman will fix you type, like not to boil it down to something basic, but like
he's losing feminism points.
No, but like, and I don't even think that's like an anti-feminist like message, because like I think the cleaning and like the cooking is more metaphorical than hopefully more metaphorical than literal, but it's more so like he's like lost and like
okay,
he's not like doing what he needs to be doing properly all the time. Like
it's a visualization of the decay of how he's moving through the world.
Yeah, and he's moving. Oh my God, his castle's literally moving. He's running away from his problems in the name of freedom.
Yeah.
Whereas he's not really facing this war head on. I don't know. It's interesting.
We got somewhere.
We got somewhere. But this is what I love about these movies is they're thinkers. Like there's no way it's all the details so
unnecessary.
Exactly. And so God, it's good. It's really good. But so she gets there, it's a pigsty. She cleans it all up. She cooks for them. She gives them a proper meal. She makes them like a family for all intents and purposes. You know what I mean? Like that's not his son. I love Merkel also when he puts on the thing and the huge beard grows. Oh, dude, that
some of the best just like throwaway visual moments of delight. I would probably rank this as one of the best animated food scenes of all time.
I got hungry.
They make eggs and bacon.
I got so hungry when that came through. Yeah. But he always does some good stuff with food. I feel like I remember. So, That's true. The animation's so good, but yeah, so this middle part is she becomes one of the team, valued member of the house. Oh, it's so good now knowing, okay, we got to spoil it. Calcifer is Howl's heart. And a lot of the movie is people saying that Howl is cursed. He doesn't have a heart anymore. But then there's also like these women that are like metaphorically vying for his heart and literally vying for it, I guess. So when she gets there, Sophie, Merkel's like, I've never seen anyone be able to command Calcifer before. They're like, you can't cook on him. He won't let you. And she's like, come on, I'll do it. Or I'll tell him our little secret of the deal. Oh my God. And it's good. There's a little time travel here. Should we get into that? This movie's nuts, bro.
Let's jump around.
This movie's nuts. This movie's nuts.
Yeah. One thing I want to point out, and I don't know the exact mechanics of it because I haven't, but so Calcifer, according to Wikipedia at least, is the falling star. So they made
Calcifer is the falling star, but he is bound to Howl's heart.
Howl's heart. Okay. Yeah.
That's how I've read it. Because once they separate, Calcifer actually comes back. And so we see, we're going to go in a chronological timeline, not a movie timeline here. Go back before all events of the movie. There's these beautiful dancing shooting stars. One falls and Howl grabs it, and somehow Calcifer and him become cursed together. Calcifer can't leave the heart, and the heart can't leave Calcifer. Howl then uses Calcifer and the heart to build the moving castle, becomes this famous wizard, yada, yada, yada. We meet Sophie. We're back to where we're at. Oh, wait, no. I gotta go back. Just like Lost. We gotta go back to the island. Sophie is there when when he gets cursed.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
In the depths of Howl's moving castle, it breaks down towards the end of the movie. She finds a door, goes into it.
Memory.
And she's taken into this memory, and she yells out, Murph! Don't let me go, Murph! But no, she says, like, find me in the future. And so I read a Letterboxd comment.
I knocked out my headphones. Can you hear me again?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hold on. I'm good. I'm so sorry.
Test.
That was so funny because that's what I was thinking. She goes back and says, come find me. I can fix you too.
I read a comment on Letterboxd that says, so she says that in the past, and the first thing that Howl says to her in the beginning of the movie is, I've been searching all over for you.
God damn it, it's so good.
Yeah.
Well, and it's why Calcifer even brings up anything to her at all. He's like, hey, maybe you help me with my curse, I help you with your curse. Because she, in the past, was like, hey, I'll help you find me. And he's like, oh, we fucking found her. And if he doesn't say that, she can't use it over him to, like, let her cook, to, like, let her stoke the fire. And so it's a bootstrap
Chicken
paradox,
or the egg.
Which I love. I love a good bootstrap paradox. But so she gets there, and so but metaphorically, she's like taming his heart. she's like, the wild beast. Maybe there is some misogynistic terms. Yeah, because he's like this beast and his heart's uncontrollable and dirty and grimy and this place is a mess and there's ash all over. But she comes in and literally is able to control Calcifer, clean up this place, tame the beast, pet the bird.
Says,
hey, big fella, the sun's getting real low.
I mean, let's sit with this a little bit.
Yeah.
So
the
whole concept is he's this free spirit, or the driving crux of this movie is he's this free spirit, doesn't want to be bound to either side of the war. So he's guerrilla fighting both sides.
Yeah.
Just to fucking fuck shit up. And he doesn't want to report to the king, even though he's been summoned and he's
bound to accept summons.
Yeah. And there's all this mention of like he doesn't have a heart, or a demon stole his heart or something. And
and the rumor is he's trying to steal other people's hearts.
I mean, obviously, like there's this. Is it the futility of like youth? That Miyazaki's getting at,
like the freedom is fleeting. Like a bird. Think about a bird represents that sort of like flight and freedom, and so like the futility. Once again, it is sort of like it's all about like this coming of age, this loss of innocence, and so like. He's like, even when you're a grown man, you can hang on to that, but like you're gonna lose it at some point.
And then at the end, she says, "A heart's a heavy thing." After he gets his heart back, I don't know.
Heart's a heavy thing to bear.
I mean, not to get too woke with this, but like, given that this was made as a response to the invasion of Iraq, it's just like there is this. I don't know. How do you?
There's this message
of being politically disengaged and not connected to the world.
Oh, wow.
Even though I guess in a way he is, but like, I don't know. That's what I see from it. That's what I'm taking a little bit of it. It's like, you have to be invested. You have to.
By not taking a side.
Yeah.
By not involving yourself, you're allowing these atrocities to continue.
Yeah.
You're turning and running. You're on the move and you're not facing the real consequences. He doesn't have a heart. You could say he's like heartless. He doesn't care about the war. He doesn't care about the loss. And oh God, okay, a little misogynistic, but he's like saying once he found love, it like opened him up to the world of like loving others, not even just like himself and his wife, and his dog. He's like, oh, there's a whole world of love out there.
I need to watch like a 3-hour YouTube essay on this.
No, we are the 3-hour YouTube essay. No, that's us. Go to YouTube, everyone.
Subscribe button.
Yeah. Like and subscribe. Smash that noti button. So look, no, but this is so interesting to me because I do think there's of all the movies we've talked about, these are themes we've discussed. So we're sewing together what this movie is, and this is what's so great about this movie is it's not just like one theme. He mixes in a lot of these different life lessons and themes and things, and he doesn't say them explicitly. He lets you feel them. He lets you try to learn them through like feeling. And so I think it's important. I think these conversations we're having are important, whether we're totally off basis or on basis. Yeah. This is what makes this peak art, in my opinion.
Now, for the casual listener, or maybe you stumbled upon our podcast, let me remind you, we are by no means professional.
How dare you?
We are two dudes who watch cartoons.
That's it. Yeah.
That's it.
It can't get more casual than that.
It cannot get more casual than that. So if you're sitting there laughing at us having
totally off basis, we
totally off basis.
That's okay. And if we're missing something,
let us know.
Yeah, we'd love this stuff.
Debate it in the comments.
Debate it. Yeah. So okay. War. There's this big.
It just seems okay.
Go.
Super relevant to the time frame. This
is
January 18th.
Yeah. Go ahead.
ICE is terrorizing Minneapolis right now, among other cities.
Yeah.
They've now murdered 2 civilians, and I don't know. It's such a dissonant experience to like
some of these people's
to
heartless
go on
reactions.
Social just not even heartless reactions, to see the lack of reaction.
Yeah.
Everyone going on with their lives about their day, especially the people who voted for this administration. Maybe not explicitly for these things to be happening, but like, pleading ignorance at this point. I don't know. I
think these people are metaphorically in their moving castles, and it is eerily reminiscent of themes that are important to today. Not even just war, but just like there's a lot going on that by not taking a side on things, you essentially are helping the oppressors. And a lot of his movies are about fascist pigs. And so I think just because this one was made about a different war in a different time period, like the themes are just as relevant 22 years later. And once again, I think that is one. I mean, that's the goddamn human condition. Don't learn from history. You're doomed to repeat it type shit. 2, I think that is, once again, just such a testament to what beautiful art this is the themes are so vast that we can apply them to many situations in life that we face. And hopefully media like this keeps people on the right track, keeps people in the right headspace. The fight is worth fighting. An Andor, if you will, fight to see a sunset you might not see, or sunrise. Yeah. So, like, I think this sort of shit is important. Even I go as far to call it as like important works of art.
I think, like, on the one hand, it's like a call to not be disengaged, but also maybe a call to not feel discouraged in times. Like, it is easy in the current day and age to just like feel hopeless. Yeah, and I feel like I am prone to that a lot. So I think that's like the other side of the coin on this one.
Sometimes you need other people's help. Sometimes you need a Sophie to come through and ignite that spark that you need. And so Uncle Iroh said it best: while it is always best to believe in oneself, a little help from others is always a great blessing.
An Iroh quote. There you go.
How do you like that?
Last thing I'll say. It's the last political thing I'll say.
No, the whole movie's political.
For anyone thinking, well, what about this thing? Or what about that thing? In response to the murder of Renee Good, the difference is usually the comparisons being drawn of other killings that have happened are not the fucking government killing citizens. It's not the whataboutism of the state.
That doesn't when people say, "Oh, you were silent during this murder. You were silent during this murder." Those were not acts of a fascist regime. And
my tax dollars did not contribute to that.
My tax dollars did not fund that harm, whereas this one directly is. And we, as citizens in the United States, have a right to criticize and speak when our government is doing something we do not like.
Yeah.
And if we lose that's the first slipping slide to fascism. I'd rather be a pig than a fascist.
I'd rather be a pig than a fascist. Porco Rosso is one of my kid's favorite movies now.
Oh, yeah, he loves the planes. Yeah.
Loves the planes.
I don't have a car at the moment, so I'm getting a lot of things delivered to my house. Marty has made it so easy because not only are they fast and efficient, but they're the cheapest option out there by far.
I get these matcha lattes that retail for like $45 for a 12-pack. And I've never bought it full price. I get it on Marty for $15. Marty's woman-owned, sustainable, socially conscious, and eco-friendly. What they do is they buy up surplus inventory from the top brands that you love, and they sell it to you at a lower price, so you save food waste and you save money.
That was my first question, was how do they get these things so cheap? But they have a model, and it's passing savings on to you. They got hundreds of items, fast shipping, no subscriptions needed, and you can save on all the great food that you love. We do have a discount code when you go to marty.com/2dudeswatchcartoons, all one word.
TWO, Dudes Watch
TWO, 2 Dudes Watch Cartoons, all one word. You can save $5 off your order.
Go to marty.com/2dudeswatchcartoons at our link in bio, or just plug in the promo code 2dudeswatchcartoons. That's TWO, Dudes Watch Cartoons. Thanks for supporting the pod. Go get yourself some delicious snacks. Alex, go figure out the car situation. I don't know what's going on.
I don't need to with Marty.
Back to the episode.
2 Dudes Watch Cartoons.
One thing that's also so interesting about these Ghibli movies is there's never like, I don't want to say never, usually not like a convention. No, there's never a conventional villain. Because
I love that.
The Witch of the Wasteland ends up like in Team Howl's moving castle.
The war that Howl goes off to fight, that he sends his crew away from, is resolved off screen.
Yeah,
he just comes in after the
so the war, I think, is the villain of the movie, if I'm being honest. And so it's so interesting to me that he always has these outside pressures. Like in Spirited Away, it was like capitalism. Like, I need a job to get money to get out of here. Where this one, it's like this impending doom. It is very refreshing when in a lot of media, they make a bad guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this person's evil, and they have to say they're evil because of X, Y, and Z. And so then they fall in the camp of like, well, they were just always evil, or they're justified evil. What Miyazaki and Ghibli is so good about is it forces us to question the villain of this movie as war. Well, why is the war happening? We don't know. Well, why can't they settle it? We don't know. Well, who's attacking who? We don't know. It's not this blank first, even like Superman, it was like the jumpers versus the, like, there was names to it. I guess they have names in this one too, but like, it was very an ambiguous, it was like this impending doom of the war was the villain of the movie. And I really love that, because then it hopefully is allowing people to question the nature of war itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, as a kid, like, I imagine like a young kid being like, well, why, Daddy, why is the war happening? It's a good question. Why do people go to war? Why can't these two people put down their sides when tons of people are dying? Like, these are important questions.
They do sort of tie one of that.
Hit me.
Loop at the end. They close that loop. The Scarecrow, Mr. Turniphead.
Oh my God, dude, this movie's so good.
Random throwaway character. Fun. She meets him in the first 10 minutes when she's going to find Howl's
And the way
castle.
he jumps, dude.
It's just a hopping scarecrow on a stick.
Super helpful.
But at the end of the movie, Sophie's going around and smooching everyone. She's
Dude.
feeling love. She's feeling self-worth. She's got a hot new bob going on. And she kisses the scarecrow to thank him for, saving them from falling off a cliff or some shit. And it turns out he's a prince.
He's the prince.
The prince that went missing that this war is being fought over. What did you read into Madame Solomon's reaction to seeing him at the end?
I might have missed that, unfortunately, but what I did put together was that she made a fucking bunch of copies of her son, and those are her servants.
Yeah.
I noticed that. Boom! Brilliant detail, dude. Because he comes in and was like, best copy you've ever made of me, and it turns out to be Howl. And so we know she makes copies. They do these amazing details. And so when they show the son, I was like, I've seen this kid. Where? Why? Also, the voices, Itachi Uchiha from Naruto, picked that up instantly, if I'm being honest. And he's got 2 lines at most. But so, great tiny detail, just exposition, plot. They never really address it. But so that's what the war is being fought over, is the missing prince. Oh, that's great. I love that. But like, because it's, maybe they tell us that before, but I'm sure that's not a detail that we're supposed to put together till the very end. What a twist, though. Also, it was super weird that he was like, yeah, true love's kiss brought me back. And she was like, oh, well, I'm totally in love with Howl. Like, they just skip right over that.
Undeterred, he says.
Oh, well.
I know, the only constant is change. Or whatever. I'll be back.
Oh, man. Who's your favorite character?
Okay, that's a good question. Favorite character?
There's a lot of really good ones.
Marco's,
that's a great pick, dude. As soon as he grew a big beard and mustache, I was like, all time, dude. Yeah. Evan's like, teach me that spell. He was so good. When he hugs her at the end, he's like, please don't go. I love you. I was like, this is so sweet. Fucking good.
Would you say yours is Calcifer?
I think it's gotta be Calcifer. There's even fucking an argument for the Scarecrow now that he's got like a purpose. I loved Sophie. Like, one thing I wanted to discuss too is he's really good at like, so like in the titular Boy and the Heron, like there's a boy, but like a lot of the movie's about the heron, but we don't follow from the perspective of the heron. While this is about Howl, we follow Sophie the whole time. And I think that is like such a strong sign of good writing and storytelling, is being able, like you said, like being able to off-screen important things and us still getting all the context and important good stuff. Chef's kiss. And so I think Sophie is like up there as one of my favorite characters. I guess we can sort of move on to the end of this movie, the climax. Like you said, the whole war is resolved off screen by Big Birdman. We didn't really talk about his curse. Like the more he uses these powers, the more it consumes him.
For some reason, it's just the bird power. Is that
he's got the bird power and other magic? Because he at one point turns top. Yeah. He's in like some mages guild where he's like, he's got that letter not in any language I've recognized, and he was like, I have to go if you read this letter. It was like, I can't, dude.
What does the bird represent? What is the beast representative of? Is it?
So the bird represents in general
unchanneled fury, or
I think that's the beast part of it. I like that.
Yeah,
but the bird, and I put some thought into this while we're live.
Yeah,
the bird represents like being able to flight, freedom, like the caged bird, just metaphors. But what's the other thing that Hayao Miyazaki loves to put in all his movies? We just talked about it. It's your son's favorite. No.
Planes.
And what do birds and planes both do? They fly. So he loves this idea of flying, but he hates sort of like the industrialization, the capitalism version of the flight machine. But the bird is supposed to represent like such a pure form of like the flight. The planes always represent like the dirty, unnatural form of this beautiful act of flying, where the bird is supposed to represent that like. So I really do think it's about like him coveting his freedom, because I think like, but I do think we're supposed to associate that with sort of like a negative thing, like because the more he pursues this freedom course, the more it consumes him, the less healthy he is, the more he's losing his heart, and so like this detached freedom from any care, that he's just wandering through life without a care, it was killing him.
It's Ashitaka's curse. It's hate.
It's hate.
Oh, damn.
It's always hate and love, baby. Yeah.
God, I love the Sasuke curse.
It's so good. Man, I think we really hit some things here though, because think about it. What is he fighting? He's fighting these airships dropping bombs. That's honestly where as soon as I got the Iran thing, I was like, the whole movie's about these ships dropping bombs and burning these lands.
Yeah.
Why
did they have to have top hats?
Totally off topic now, but I love that his heart is like encased and represented in fire. And I think like the metaphor is actually really interesting, because it's like fire is dangerous. It burns. It can be painful. But like when you see Calcifer like outside, he's like very weak. He's delicate. Like, careful. I could go out. Like this big, powerful force of fire so easily just could go out also. And I think that's like such an interesting metaphor for like love in your heart also. Like when it's beating, when it's pounding, when you have love, it's roaring, it's gripping, it's passionate, it's whatever. But when it's just those embers, man, it's so hard to stoke them. Sometimes, like Ira was saying, sometimes you do need someone to come along and like stoke those flames for you. Calcifer's so good. Billy Crystal, he killed that. Like,
yeah,
I know it's like a goofy role, but there's a lot of heart in Calcifer. There's a lot of like heart and meaning in Calcifer. I thought it was so good. Should we wrap up here with some closing thoughts and a score and should we read Letterboxd? I don't remember. What order do we go in? Do we Letterboxd first or ours first?
Let's see if we find any good.
It's gonna take me a moment.
Let's just do our ratings.
Let's do ours, and I'll pull up some Letterboxd while we're doing them. Do you want to go first? Or you want me to?
Oh, actually, before
no,
I'll ask you to throw this in there.
Okay.
I want to know where you put this in your pantheon of Ghibli movies.
Yeah. Oh, great question. Okay, cool. I'll do that in my closing.
This movie is tough for me. This might sound blasphemous. I don't know. I might give it a 4 out of 5. This is a stellar movie front to back. No qualms. And maybe it's because I haven't given as much time and thought as even this discussion that we've had. But like, to me, this one, for whatever reason, hasn't stuck with me. I always forget the details. I never really know what's going on. It is at times hard to keep up with for me, because I am Matt Damon's Netflix viewer. And it's, how do I put this? It's not shallow. It's not a rehash of Miyazaki themes, but it feels like it has less to say than Boy in the Heron. But granted, that's, several films later.
Decades.
Yeah, decades later. But it's still, I don't know. It still does have like I don't know. This one is like so much fun, so much whimsy. It is a magical experience. It's visually dazzling.
Mm-hmm.
I sound like I'm
sound like you're trashing it. I know you're not.
Yeah, it sounds like I'm trashing it.
You're trying to find
like this,
why it lost the 1 star for you.
Yeah, or I'm just like there are Ghibli movies I'd put above.
Do you feel like you're saying, and if I'm not picking up what you're putting down, feel free to correct me. Do you feel like you're saying it's not as unique as maybe some of the other movies where you don't want to say it's it's like a remix of a lot of the same themes of other films he's done?
It's just I don't think it's as strong of a statement to me, or it hasn't resonated with me in that way. I'm not saying that it's lacking that depth, but still a fantastic movie to look at. Love. I always forget the fucking time travel thing. That's fucking sweet.
Brilliant.
And that it sort of loops to the beginning line, if that was intentional.
Of course it is. He's been looking for her.
No, this is it's got everything you would want in a Miyazaki film, in a Ghibli film. Also, so I've been on a streak of watching Ghibli movies with my son.
Yeah.
Because they're pretty slow paced, nothing too scary, and I'm not calling this the worst Miyazaki film, but like even your average Miyazaki film is better than like some of the other ones that are not directed by him from Ghibli. Oh. It's just like they don't hit the same. Oh. Also good films, but
I get that.
But yeah, this is everything you'd want out of a Hayao Miyazaki film.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. Good.
But last thing I'll say, it's a 4 out of 5 because I enjoy each watch, but I don't find myself reaching for it again.
This is not the one. Yeah, if we weren't doing this, you don't think it would have been on the top of the list for a rewatch. I get you. Yeah. Your review, like I said, a lot of it. Oh, I went out of focus here. A lot of it, I think you spend you're not trashing it. Come on, what's going on here with my camera? You're trying to find the nuance. We're splitting hairs essentially.
Yeah, we're splitting hairs.
Yeah. So I am here to put the hair back together. I'm giving this. I think this movie is fucking brilliant. I think this is a 6 out of 5. I'm making up for Evan's star. I think what you credited as some of the weaker points, I actually think are what makes it so brilliant. I'm not ragging on the Porco Rossos or the Grave of the Fireflies that are much more overtly political. But for a medium that attracts a lot of children, the subliminal messaging of all of these, I think, is so much stronger. And like I said, I think it is such a strength when someone doesn't need to spell something out for me. I appreciate putting those final puzzle pieces together. And I feel like we're still putting some of those pieces together here on this podcast. And that's what I love about this. Even just the detail of I've been looking for you, just that is... I cannot wait to rewatch this now, if I'm being honest. I think that you've asked me to rank this in the pantheon of Ghibli films I've seen. If I'm trying to remove any sort of recency bias, it's this or Spirited Away. It's one of the two. I'd have to give them both a good rewatch to fairly digest because I'm all for this right now. I think this is all-star Ghibli. I think when people talk about I got into anime from Ghibli, it's this and Spirited Away. I think this is what they're referring to.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think it is such a beautiful introduction to the medium of anime. And so maybe I'm giving it that 6th star. I'll give it a 5 out of 5 for technicalities. But I'm giving it that 6th star because in a time, Evan and I have seen, we've gone from where kids were making fun of us for watching anime and Naruto running to it's grown in popularity tenfold in the last 20 years. I think that this is a vehicle to more people watching Eastern animation outside.
It's a little bit of a Trojan horse.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think it's beautiful for anime Trojan horse, for theming Trojan horse. I just think that this is peak fantasy to me. This. And some of this I have to credit with the author. This is on contention of when I think of someone sitting down and trying to write a Lord of the Rings, this is the sort of shit I'm thinking of, if I'm being honest. I think it's beautiful, as we talked about, animation, music. It's just top tier and all of that. There's not a wasted second of the film. And that's so rare to say, especially in a Miyazaki film where sometimes he does like to show you a landscape or like show you
or a pond.
And that's fine. And it's fun to watch. And it usually still serves a purpose pacing wise. But when he was showing scenery here, he was showing Sophie react to it. Or he was showing like, Merkel's like, yeah, that's what the ocean always looks like. And she's like, it's beautiful. I've never seen it before. Like, there wasn't a wasted second of this film. Pick up your phone for a minute and you're going to, hold on, why did that happen? Like, I just think that as far as Ghibli goes, this is, package it up, put a bow on it and deliver it to, this should, like, if someone's like, I want to get into Studio Ghibli, this to me is something you recommend to them. Like, watch Howl's Moving Castle.
Oh, for sure. Now that I'm thinking through the catalog of Miyazaki films, if you had to make a recommendation, Spirited Away, or Boy in the Heron.
Boy in the Heron's tough because it's like starting at the end almost. I know it's not the end, but it's like seeing the end of the story before you. But that's not to say I don't think
of like someone taking you seriously. You know what I mean? Like if it's like fair. A stranger and you don't really know if they're into anime.
I honestly think you could recommend like Grave of the Fireflies though, but like you'd have to give a warning as to like this is not like a child you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's not to say there's some Miyazaki films I wouldn't recommend, but like if someone knows the vibe of Studio Ghibli and is like I want to watch one of those films, I wouldn't give him, go watch Grave of the Fireflies. It's classic. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that classic fantasy mixed with real world, mixed with heart, soul, and all that other good mushy stuff.
I got you.
I got a funny couple of reviews here, if I could go through them real quickly.
Yeah.
4.5 stars. When Howl had the overdramatic, literal meltdown over the slight inconvenience of his hair going the wrong color, I felt that. That was a funny scene though, as he was so upset about his hair. Like there was a lot of like vanity talk in the movie too. Like there was a point where I was going to come on this podcast and like, is this movie about being hot? Is that like what this movie's about actually?
It's the substance.
It's the substance. Dude, that's funny. 5 stars. Sophie walking into Howl's castle for the first time. Damn bitch, you live like this?
There was one that I'm not finding now. But the gist of it was like, this is a movie about 2 lesbians who fall in love and start to look like each other. She gets the same haircut.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's funny. It was really interesting having to watch the Witch of the Wasteland come to terms with like, no, if you love him, you need to let go right now. Once again, there's no clear villain. Like she was like, even in that moment, still a bit of a villaining approach or like opposition, but it ends with a hug and a kiss on the cheek. Like it's beautiful if I'm being honest.
I love walking away from Miyazaki's films with like that feeling. Same thing with Princess Mononoke.
You
see,
yes,
I forget the madam's name, but like you're just as locked in with her as you are with San and the Prince Ashitaka. And there's one we'll have to do eventually, Nausicaa, something hidden about subtitle. I forget what it's called. Similar, like a lot of war, and it's one of his earlier ones. It was like 80s, late 80s. Really enjoy.
So, and this is not to say once again that the 80s and the 90s films are bad, but like. Here in 2004, it just really feels like 2001, 2004, they've hit such a stride of like what's really working for them.
Like his perspective becomes more and more clear with each film he makes. I think I started out this podcast saying he's like a deeply angst-ridden
troubled
guy, but in some ways I think he's Howl. Like he's like weighed down by his heart a little bit. He wants
to be free and detached, but he realizes that's not the best course.
At the end of the day, his movies are so wildly optimistic. I don't know.
And that's what he's saying is his heart is what causes him all this torment, this pain that he feels all the time. And so if he could rip it out and throw it away, he probably would. And maybe that's the curse that Howl bestows upon himself is he's like, I wish I didn't care about anyone or anything. Like, you know what I mean? And So if he could rip his heart out and throw it away, he would. And so that's why these themes are so interesting, is like he is like tormented by the deep empathy he has for the world. And I think that's such an interesting look that we don't get from many empaths, that like when you are a true empath, you're feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders at times of war. And so I think it is sort of that struggle of, I don't want to say heart versus head, but like, turning your heart on or off for your own mental sanity. Detaching. Yeah. I think we nailed it. I think just now,
we got there.
I know it's bad because maybe some people have tuned out, but I think we actually just got there. I think we finally put the last piece together.
We did it.
Yeah.
We've graduated from just being two dudes.
Only if they made it to the end, though, of the whole.
Two enlightened beings.
That's right. Last time we did this, we were two white dudes, right?
Two white dudes. Mustache. Yeah.
I don't have anything else, though. Do you?
I got nothing else. I feel like we should just briefly touch on a little bit of news.
Yeah.
We sort of skipped it last week, or last episode.
Last week.
But the Netflix Warner Brothers acquisition.
Let's talk about it because it's the biggest news possibly in media history for years.
Yeah.
And
so the bid was what, 84 billion
with a B,
which Warner Brothers is going with.
They still haven't fully signed ink to paper, but they have made several announcements. This is the deal we want to take.
Yeah. And because they've had to make those statements because Paramount has made a counteroffer for more money
several times over.
They're like, lawyer up, assholes, for more money.
They're trying to bear hug them.
You
ever watch Succession?
Yes.
They're literally trying to do go ahead.
Do you think between the two, Warner Brothers is making the right move by sticking with Netflix?
1,000,000%. I understand people's fear. Netflix killed the DVD VHS business. What's to say they won't kill the theater business? I don't see profit for them in killing the theater business. The theater business is a lot more money making than the streaming business. And so I think that my fears are quelled that I view them wanting Warner Brothers to be another, like an extension. Like that's how they're going to get into the theatrical release game, is how I view it. So I understand people's concerns, but I don't share fully that one. But I think it's a valid concern nonetheless. People worried about they're going to have movies in theaters for 1 to 2 weeks. Valid concern. There's reason to be worried about that. But as we just spent a fucking hour and 15 minutes talking about, Paramount has shown time and time again that they side with fascists. And so we cannot let them acquire Warner Brothers. Donald Trump himself has stated he wants Paramount to buy Warner Brothers. So for the sole principle of it, we cannot let them win.
I think Trump noted that he bought $1 million worth of stock in a stake in Netflix as part of this deal to approve this deal.
I didn't even hear that. I haven't heard that, if I'm being honest. Wouldn't surprise me, because this is all techno crypto fascist oligarchs.
Yeah.
They are all only concerned about consolidating the wealth right now. And so if Trump saw that one side was going to be more profitable, I mean, Trump's betting on shit. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I think ideal scenario would
ideally no one buys it, but that's not what's happening.
But Warner Brothers is going bankrupt.
Well, it's really sad because they just had maybe one of the best years they've had in forever. Yeah. But come to find out,
the past 5 years they've been doing well since the Dune movies have come out.
That's all. It's all just been advertising. They've been trying to sell since before that. This has all been, look, we're super profitable. We're doing amazing. And so it actually makes me worry that they're not doing as good as we think maybe. But
CW has never been profitable.
Look, do I love Netflix buying them? No. Do I think that of the options, it's the best one? By far.
Politics aside, Netflix is clearly the better streamer than Paramount.
Thank you. Let's hand it to a company that knows what their customers actually want, I feel like. Yeah. And I'm not saying Netflix is perfect because one, no company in a capitalistic society is going to be perfect. But as far as listening, Netflix was created around listening to their customers. You know what I mean? Like man, I wax poetically too often about this, but do you remember when Netflix started streaming things? I feel like you and I were the first people to hop onto it.
Yeah, we watched House of Cards.
We watched House of Cards the day it came out. We were like, this is, but like, I think the reason I think about it so fondly is because we accurately were like, this is the future.
Yeah, it was weird at the time.
It was weird.
I remember there was House of Cards, and then there was like a werewolf show with
Famke Janssen. I remember that too,
and that Skarsgård brother.
And then eventually they made the new season of Arrested Development. Those were like their first 3 originals.
Yeah. But I mean, even IP wise, Paramount has
Landman.
Paramount has like the reality stuff on lock.
Right.
Respect.
100%.
Outside of that, they've been trying to do stuff with Star Trek.
They flop with Star Trek. They're the procedural network. They have like NCIS. They got I don't even know that's them, but they have like the Hawaii Five-0, Chicago Fire. Those are what their bread and butters. Don't let them touch WB. That's not a creative endeavor. Chicago Fire. Sorry.
Yeah. So I don't know.
If Paramount buys WB, everything will have the landmandification of. They
Dune
will
3. Timothy Chalamet gets replaced with Billy Bob Thornton.
They will swoop in with many anti-woke messages. It will be so obvious.
Oh man. Oh yeah, I forgot about Perry fucking Weiss. God damn it. Anyways, yeah. So that's neat. Oh, yeah. Have you heard?
What?
Dave Filoni and I don't know who the other person is.
There's 2 of them. Yeah.
Officially replacing Kathleen Kennedy.
No reaction.
Yeah.
I guess I'm hopeful. I recently, after our Star Wars Vision podcast, I watched all 9 main movies.
You watched all 9?
I watched all 9 movies. I watched Rogue One. I watched Solo. I watched and The Acolyte.
Okay. Any shifting of opinions? Any new discoveries?
Lots. Oh, tons. I mean, I could do a whole podcast worth if I'm being honest. Yeah, I have a different appreciation for Star Wars, the movies specifically, than I did before, because I would watch some YouTube videos and some interviews. And what I've learned about Star Wars is there's never been a franchise that is more seat of their pants. Like, and you sometimes just need to be along for the ride and just enjoy it. Like, I think what's so interesting to me is in the first movies, it's the blue and red lightsabers. In the 3rd movie, they only switched it to green because the blue looked weird on the desert planet. And so they created a whole new class of lightsabers. And you can even see it in the marketing. He has a blue lightsaber in all the marketing, and then in the whole movie it's green. And then and then like Mace Windu and Samuel L. Jackson's like, "Can I have purple?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" Like they created a whole mythology and lore around kyber crystals and the colors and the meanings, and it's all just because people were like,
Dave Filoni's put the kyber crystals.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is like you. It's fun to look at critically, but you can't look at it too critically.
Hear that, Dave? You can't. Yeah. Similarly, not much reaction.
No.
I don't see him as being.
I remember the sequel trilogy being all right to okay, where only The Last Jedi, the middle one, is any good. Both 7 and 9 are kind of really bad.
All right. Wow.
Both J.J. Abrams, yeah.
He's been really laying low since Skywalker. Okay.
The Rise of Skywalker is by far the worst Star Wars movie.
Yeah. Wow. Even prequels.
Oh, yeah. No, it's not a question. It doesn't make sense, a lot of it. It's really bad. It's
just yada yadas. Somehow he's back.
And that's not even, that's the most memed part of it, but that's not even its worst crime. Like, it's just so nonsensical, actually, and it completely throws away everything that 7 did.
Yeah.
Or, excuse me, 8, the middle one. It throws away the middle one. But this is not about Star Wars, so we can wrap this up.
Yeah, we'll wrap this up.
Yeah. If you enjoyed this episode, thank you for sticking around. Sorry about our release schedule. You're the best, though. we're never going to end. Two dudes forever, but it will be at this wonky schedule. But if you enjoyed this episode, we do have a ton more. Over 100 other different episodes you can go back and listen to on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you listen to podcasts, you can find us. And make sure you like, rate, review, subscribe, all that good stuff helps new people find us. But we will be reviewing cartoons 100 more episodes, even if it takes us 100 years.
That'll do it for this episode of Two Dudes Watch Cartoons. We will catch you next time.
Two dudes watch cartoons. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Woo!
Sweet.